This is TNT Sports' Adam Summerton, and you're listening to Three Fish on the Shirt.
Three Fish on the Shirt is served hot with winner chicken dinner. Right, good evening. Welcome to this week's Three Fish on the Shirt. We have a full house tonight, I should say. We've got Rossi and Steve in the pod today, and a special guest from Gillingham, Adam Baker. Welcome, Adam.
Hello.
Thank you. Like to thank before we kick off our sponsors, winner chicken dinner competitions. So if you get a chance to check out their competitions website, there's a raft of different competitions you can join, from pennies to a few quid. Always do it responsibly. But yeah, we thank them for their support for this season. And if you can do us all a favour and like, subscribe, share on the YouTube channel or the pod channels on audio, it helps us massively. And more of you do that when we ask them, when we don't. So apologies for asking. But yeah, click that subscribe and the bell notification, and you'll get notified when we're coming back on with a new episode. So thanks again. And we're straight into it this week with another Mariners win, which was a positive one against a high-flying Gillingham side. We've got Adam on to help us talk through that today as well from a Gillingham perspective. Quite an eventful game. I wasn't there personally for what was a bit of a rarity. Steve, how did we play, for starters? When you're not there, it's difficult to gauge. You know, you've had a win. It's a tight one. How was it?
We played okay. I don't think we played. It was brilliantly. We played better, I think, when Gillingham had more men on the pitch. To be honest, we kept the ball well after when they went down to 10 and then went down to 9. Obviously, we had more of the ball, but we didn't do enough with it. In my opinion, second half, we should have scored more goals, but that's credit to Gillingham, really, for what, they worked the socks off and stopped us getting in the box, really, or creating chances. And their goalie had he did some good saves. So, yeah, overall, not bad. A lot of misplaced passes, I thought. We overplayed it, especially in the second half. But we got the result in the end, so that was the main thing.
Rossi, what was your take on the match from a behind the dugout perspective?
Yeah, no, I thought we played well. It was one of them where, we tried to dig our heels in and go for as many goals as we can, especially against 9 men. But to be fair, Gillingham's defence was solid. It was hard to break them down. Even with 11 to 9, it was the same thing. And sometimes I think you find it hard when another team does get a red card. Sometimes it's hard to actually break them down, even with less men. And it kind of proved that in a way, because we just couldn't seem to get the ball in the back of the net. All we had was the penalty, and that was it. So no, it was a hard win, but it was a 3 points, so we take it.
We found it tough against MK Dons away, didn't we? With 3-0 up against 10 men. Game finishes 3-2. Cheltenham, we probably played our best football against 11, although we ended up winning 7-1. It was a bit of a training game when it went down to 9, and that's probably testament to Gillingham, that they managed to really make it a tight affair, even with 9 men. We'll go through the incidents individually, but just to give Adam a chance at a bit of balance. Adam, what was your take on the way the game was? Just let's park the incidents for a minute. What was your view on how your lads played and what you thought of Town overall?
Yeah. So let's talk about the first 30 minutes. I thought, real end-to-end stuff. I thought this was turning into what could be a really good, next hour. End-to-end stuff, as I say. I thought you guys probably shaded it just a little bit. What I was disappointed with Gillingham is we seem to set up very differently to what we have done in recent weeks. I don't think we at Hutton had a cross at all in that first half hour. And last week against Cheltenham, he was averaging 1 a minute. I think I was looking forward to us battering your defence with cross after cross after cross, and it didn't happen. you guys came forward down the wings, not with pace, but with speed and certainty, and it really impressed me actually.
Yeah, it's been a feature of our play this season that Artel's brought in quite an interchangeable kind of front three, apart from maybe the front one, the recognised striker. But you've got Vernam, who nearly went to Swindon at the back end of the window, and either Burns, Svanthorson or Amalazor on the right-hand side of that front three. And it's really a feature of the play that we switch it side to side, get forward, as you say, not necessarily with blistering pace, but with certainty and speed. And if you let Vernam come in on his right boot, and he did get one or two away from what I saw of the headlines, your keeper stood up to those as well, which was good. So I know the hallmarks of good top of the table clash.
Yeah, and then sorry, if I could just talk about the end of the game, Gillingham showed exactly what Gillingham are. They dig in, they battle and battle and battle, and towards the end, we put up a bit of a fight. We went looking for a goal, an equaliser, and if balls had fallen in the right places, we might have had one. But you guys who were in the ground saw the support from the Gillingham fans after the match. The cheering that they really appreciated. We really appreciated that performance that they put in. It was fantastic to see, despite the ultimate result.
Yeah, and I think that's a testament to a decent following as well, from what I understand. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but we get quite a lot of games where, and you probably get it too, where you get 40 or 50 from wherever, and there's no atmosphere, and it brings it down a bit. But no, that's good. And I think the other thing is, in years gone by, we'd have drawn that game or lost it maybe even, and that's a feature of us. We're managing to drag ourselves over the line regardless of what adversity goes on, whatever. And I think that's a sign of a team that's hopefully going places. So let's pick up on the incidents then, and I'm interested to hear the genuinely polarised views that we're going to have on this. And I can only speak from what I've seen on the TV and what I've heard said. So sending off number one, was it Hutton? Was it Hutton that was chasing back a long ball? Cabia came out of nowhere. Look, did he foul him first? Lads, first we'll come to you first. Adam's giving an indication. Take no notice. You have an independent, unbiased view. Did Cabia foul Hutton first?
Who are you asking?
You guys. Steve.
Cabia. We're too far away.
Too far away. So you're going for Arsene Wenger. Rossi, you had a side-on view. So
didn't see it really, but no. The first I saw of it properly was because we was all surprised. He said, "Oh God, he's sent off." My nephew had sent me a screenshot of his telly. He was watching it on telly.
Well, you sent it to me, and I saw it within minutes of that as well. So
yeah, I looked at it. I thought, "Oh, that's harsh."
Well, so from that, I
not a red card for me.
I watched it and thought, "Oh, are we defending there? What's happened? And why has he been sent off?
Oh yeah,
has he kicked him or something?" And I don't really see. When I watched it the other way round and realised it wasn't, we were on the attack and it was Cabia. I could see why it was, but you'd be disappointed, wouldn't you? Rossi, what was your take?
I mean, when I first saw it, I did literally go, "That's a red." You look back at it and you're like, it's so mixed. Yeah. It's one of them where I think the only reason he's obviously given the red, and the only thing I can think of is he's guessing that is his last man. But as the fouls actually properly happened, there's about 2 or 3 other Gillingham defenders already around him. He's not going to do much with it anyway, even if he didn't run through after that.
As always, I'll play the clip of the incident over our discussions. But and I think the one thing that was against Hutton, I'm not saying I agree with it. I think it's very harsh. Is that when he got up after they both sort of been on the floor, he got up and he put his arms round Cabia, which was the wrong side for the referee to see it, i.e. the referee had a great view of it. And I think it would have probably looked worse from the referee's point of view, which is a great time to bring in Adam, because you saw him sort of agreeing and sort of agreeing and disagreeing with you guys.
So at the time, at the time, it wasn't a red, and as Rossi said, he was the last man. He was that. The perception was that he was through on goal, but he wasn't. You can argue Hutton got clattered from behind. What should that have been a foul?
Clattered's a bit of a strong word, but he's a man, not a mouse.
Did he touch the ball? Did he have control of the ball? I don't think he did, because if he did, he's controlled it behind himself and he's gone over the top of it. Was he in a clear goal scoring chance? I don't think he was. Was there cover? And by the time he got to his feet, and let's say Hutton hadn't put his arm out and hindered him getting up off the ground, Max Clark had tidied up the ball anyway.
There's a lot of weasel words in there, toning it down, isn't there? Hindered him.
Right, we've all got polarised views. But I will be absolutely amazed how the referee is going to try and justify that sending off in his report afterwards.
I think in fairness, I think our three view is, if it was us, we'd have been a bit pissed off with it and thought it was really harsh. Would you say that was fair, guys?
No,
yeah. I didn't think it was a red.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
He was actually going. He slipped a bit, KB. When he actually got to the ball, he slipped, and then he got brought down. But he was going sideways anyway, and the defender was coming round.
My criticism of Hutton is that he's put his arm round him and given the referee something to look at. I think if he doesn't do that, he might even have got the foul the other way.
I'm going to take a step back from there. My criticism of Hutton was he had 20 yards on Cabia there. And when the ball fell into that area, into that space, he doesn't attack the ball anywhere near as quickly as he should. He hesitated, he paused. And Hutton does that. He's a bit of a laid back sort of player. He appears to be laid back, whereas you're going, get on the ball. And he doesn't. He could have tidied that up. We could not be talking about this if he just passed it back to the goalie.
I think he was surprised KB was there, because he was there rapid, and he was there.
But he had time before that, didn't he? And he probably thought, I've got ages.
KB's quick.
He wasn't keen enough to get the ball.
Feature of KB's play as well is to close down pretty rapid as well. The second thing was probably without foreshadowing the second sending off, what should have been the second sending off was, unless it was first, I'm not quite sure of the chronology, but I saw the sucker punch on McEachran was a bit naughty. Did you see that, guys, live? I mean, Steve, you'd have been the closest.
Didn't see it, no.
Yeah,
I didn't see that, to be honest.
Have you seen the clip?
Yeah, I didn't see it during the game. Neither me or Andy or anybody around us, to be honest.
It seemed to be a bit sort of wide and a bit sort of off the ball, didn't it? Rossi, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw a glimpse of it, and then I saw McEachran go down, but I couldn't obviously see fully from my angle, because the way it is back towards me. So
I picked that up on the radio, because the clip I saw had the radio commentary over the top of it. So what are your thoughts on it now, given that you've seen the footage? Pretty clear.
Well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an hard one, really. I did actually see McEachran. I did see an incident when he went over it. That must have been one you're talking about. It was near the defender's stand.
Yeah, in the corner.
Yes, sorry. I thought he was talking about another. Yeah, no, he did. I didn't think it was a red, but dangerous play.
You put it this way. I've seen him given, and I've seen him given more than the other two. Adam's view?
I think he's got to consider himself a very, very lucky boy that the ref didn't see that.
Mm. Yeah. Again, especially given what the ref was particularly card happy, let's say.
He wasn't very happy anyway, that Gillingham player. I can't remember his name, but
he's Adam's favourite player.
Max,
yeah,
he is. He's my favourite player.
See, I've done my research.
Well, I thought when they went down to 9 men, I think it looked like they were going to lose the plot, because one of their players he kicked the ball away, got booked, and I thought there's going to be possibly another red here if they don't calm down, and they did calm down, and then they played really well after that. But it was 8 yellows. Was it 8 yellows and 2 reds? for the whole game, I think.
Yeah.
So,
8 lemons and 2 strawberries.
yeah.
And then we get the goal. We've got Vernam converting a penalty won by Jace Cabia. Views on the pen. Let's go, Steve, first.
Yeah, it was a penalty.
Yeah. You reckon it was a penalty? Rossi?
From my angle, it looked a penalty. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I've looked at it back and I know people have had 50-50 on it again. So,
I think at very least, the best you could describe it as from as neutral perspective as you can be wearing a black and white striped shirt is soft.
I think he was looking for it a little bit, but
yeah,
it was contact.
Yeah,
but...
I've seen much worse out and out simulation. I wouldn't have called it simulation, Adam. I think you've got a slightly different view of Jay's case.
No, I think the phrase "soft" is probably I saw it a clear direct view from the far end of the pitch, and my first thought was he's going to give that. That was my first thought. Yeah. But you see them week in, week out, given or not given, and do you know what? At the end of the day, over the season, you'll get some like that, and you won't get others, and you'll get them against you and whatever. And if all we've lost to is a penalty like that, then do you know what? I'm going to go home and I'm
so going to be the lads put a shift
reasonably happy.
Yeah,
exactly. It might not have been given, but he went down a little too easy for my liking. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
And I think
it's right in front of me, and we all said penalty at the time around us, but we would do, wouldn't we?
Yeah. And you're in the middle of that. You want it. Everybody around you's screaming for it, and you kind of influenced, aren't you? And I think that's football, isn't it? I think the one thing I would say is the number of times that I've seen penalties like that given against us. I can think of one of the ones at Bradford last year, Steve, when we went around Christmas. Halliday went into the box and went down the byline and was barely touched, and a tangle of legs. One falls over. There's
some shocking referees.
There was some. The one last year at Accrington when we lost 3-2 when we were 2-1 up. That one was soft like that, and so kind of. We're not ashamed to say we'll take it, Adam, because we've had that many shockers against us. Is that?
Do you know what?
It's exactly that, isn't it?
I'd be screaming for that if that was the other way. So I can't be hypocritical. It is what it is.
That's fair, I think. So, sending off 2. Remind me who the player was again. I've forgotten his name.
Johnny Williams.
Williams. So.
Williams, bald-headed guy with beard.
Harvey Rogers is marauding down the right-hand side as he tends to. Seems to run across Johnny Williams and seems to take him out. I couldn't really tell how that had come about. Adam, we'll come to you first this time. Give you first right reply for Johnny Williams.
So, I mean, you're in a game where yellow cards are being given out from not a lot.
And you've already got one.
And we've already got one. And someone with Johnny Williams' experience should know better.
Yeah.
And that's the frustrating thing for me. He should have known better. The player was going down into the corner. That's where the ball was going. Yeah. Okay, he's got a quick turn. Did he clip his heels accidentally? But there was certainly some arm pulling or something. Second yellow.
It was quite quick, wasn't it? And
3 minutes, wasn't it?
It just feels like that kind of why? What's he going to do that for?
I don't know if he actually said something after he fouled him.
He was giving it large with the old.
He was giving it, and he wouldn't shut up, and then he got the yellow card out. Then whether he wasn't going to book him, and he got away with it because he was mouthing off.
So you think he might have talked himself into it?
I think if he'd not said it, he might have got away with it, but he was mouthing off, and then the referee.
With that ref.
Yeah, I've got a yellow card here. I've got plenty of these.
So then we're about, and something that rarely happens in a game, down to 9 men, happens twice in 3 or 4 weeks at Blundell Park, which is incredible. Just going back to Vernam taking the penalty, we had a conversation the other week at the match about who would take penalties next. Would you stick with Cabia? And I said Vernam took a decent penalty in pre-season. I think it was against Lincoln. It might have been Newport. I can't remember. No, it was the game, I think. And he scored a penalty, took it away nicely. So I fancied him for a pen if.
He picked the ball up quickly. Vernam.
Yeah. And stuck it away nicely.
Yeah. Apart from Bradley Dack.
You sent me the goal, and that was my initial.
He was
comment.
giving it some.
Afterwards, what the hell's the matter with him? So,
and if you watch Vernam after he scored the penalty, he went to find him.
Yeah, and somebody's pushing him away and
pushing him away because he was badly.
So, Adam, have we any idea what the hell was wrong with Bradley Dack? Has something happened, or we've not picked up?
I don't know. He's sort of like the grandfather of the team, isn't he? Well, with the exception of Glenn Morris. But I think he's just wanting to do the captaincy type role. Yeah. I don't know.
So you can get the antagonism in. Have you picked up anything, Rossi?
No, I can't stand him anyway. I think he's just one of them players that you can't stand. I think the best thing about him is his misses, but not that keen on him. Never have been, but I'm glad Vernam wound him.
He tends to score against us, doesn't he? Did he last season come on and score? Did he? Or
those sort of players are the ones you want on your team, aren't they? That you, when Danny Rose is in full effect, you can imagine other teams absolutely losing the plot. If you remember, Danny Rose at Easter, and he scored against Port Vale, and he's right in front of their fans, arms out.
Proper
we're loving it. We're loving it, and they're hating it. And like I say, it's okay as long as they're on your team.
I sent you a video of that Bradley Dack, didn't I? Mouthing off to Vernam just before the penalty. I sent you a video of it, and he's don't know what he said, but he didn't upset Vernam anyway.
No, and Vernam was saying, "What are you saying now?" Anyway.
Yeah.
So on another thing about the pen, I know you were sort of referring to Gareth McCleary getting a retrospective ban on going down easy for pens. And Steve sent me an example of it, and I remember it was the Bromley game, was it?
That's right, yeah.
And he kind of went a metre and a half to his right to make sure he made contact with the keeper there, didn't he? We actually featured that on one of our episodes to say, did you see this penalty? What was given? Is that something you thought he deserved a ban for?
No. One of the things, Lunt got one for Crewe not long ago, which was probably even less obvious than the McCleary one being wrong.
Yeah.
But what I'm wondering, and the thought process was that the players are now seem to be getting punished for the referee's bad decisions.
Yeah.
And I just wondered if there is a review into this game for the referee, and there were several incidences that were I think were wrongly adjudicated. That maybe the player for the simulation for the sending off or for the free kick for the penalty, they may just have a bit of a backlash. And if not now, if not today, and then maybe Cabia needs just to be a little bit more careful in the future with some of these things. That was the comment.
I think personally, on the evidence of Saturday, I'm not sure, but it'd be interesting to see if that comes to pass. But it was an interesting point that I wanted to bring out. I pointed out somebody on one of the football banter Facebook pages was talking about the referee, and I put, referee seemed okay. And then underneath I put, but I was in Manchester, and there was a couple that bit, and I said, please read me second comment. But we've seen some right dross at BP. Rossi, what's your take on this ref? I mean, was he as bad as Adam says? Was he bad for both sides? Was he a bit?
Yeah, I mean, all the referees, I think nowadays are just dog. I'll just put that politely. They've definitely gone down. I think the way they perform, sometimes you think they've got their credentials from a cereal box. But I think that Saturday's game was just both teams. I think had it wayward.
Me and Steve were kids. Used to get a prize inside the cereal box, and then you used to send the card away. That's where that phrase comes from.
I think he'll probably be looked at because mean, you can't be giving that many cards out and not have a look at, surely. But I've heard Putting's card might be rescinded anyway.
Straight reds can be, can't they?
Yeah, so I've heard that might get rescinded, but if it does, it does, don't it? I think if it does, then it could be the right decision, to be honest. Don't think many Grimsby fans will argue with it.
Yeah, so from the cereal packet analogy, is your Tufty Club membership still alive, Steve? Has it expired yet?
It's expired.
Oh, good for that. Does it expire when you retire?
Move on.
Moving swiftly on. So, decent.
It's not on the agenda, that.
No, decent-ish crowding. Atmosphere good? Seemed to be a decent away following. It's hard to tell on the telly. What was the atmosphere like?
Yeah, good
away
Very
end.
Good.
Yeah, because we appreciate a decent away end, don't we? Apart from when they're celebrating at the end, and I've got steam coming out my ears and going, Steve.
I did laugh at one point when I think the ref gave a decision to Gillingham, and you heard this massive cheer go up at the.
We've been there. We've been there every week.
We were laughing in the pond over. Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, but it's usually the other way around. It's usually us, which is why Adam.
You was cheering that one, weren't you, Adam? Whatever decision it was.
We were, and there were nearly 500 fans there, or nearly 600, sorry. And yeah, it was a good atmosphere. But I've been in the up the Grimsby end with Steve, and it's always a good atmosphere in that stadium. It's a great place to come home. Whether you're sitting in whichever end.
Considering the sort of age of it and all the rest of it, it's kind of a nice. It's got a bit of everything of old grounds, hasn't it? It's got a new stand, the oldest stand in the league. It's got some open corners, and it's mad.
It's much nice. We were further up behind the goal compared to in the corner last year.
Yeah.
That in the corner bit is pretty grotty, but it's not bad for its age. It's quite a nice ground.
Exactly.
Facilities are great,
And it gets some decent reviews when you see on the these YouTubers and whatever that come and do their bit. They seem to have a decent away day, out of it, even if they don't get the result. So the upshot of it from somebody who's been to Manchester for the weekend and looked at all the stats on BBC Sport, say we've got a great set of stats in terms of what possession we had, what touches in the box we had, number of passes, but really distinct lack of cutting edge.
Definitely.
Who was misfiring? Who should have scored? What was missing?
I don't know. We passed it left, right. Kept the ball, tried to tire Gillingham out, I guess.
Yeah.
But just didn't get in. Just didn't penetrate really. Walker didn't. I thought Walker average game. He could have done more. Although Sweeney played well. I thought again down the left, linking up with Vernam again. KB was good. KB was good in bits, but yeah, no, it was all down. Credit to Gillingham, to be honest. We just couldn't break them down.
And I guess that's that was the sort of game we were expecting, wasn't it? And as you say, with 10 and then 9, you can still be fighting through 2 banks of 4, can't you? And
two good teams. They're going to be up there.
And Rossi, what did you have any other sort of observations on why Town had a lack of finishing prowess?
No, I think it's just like I said earlier. I think defensively they were just solid. It was just hard to break them down. KB tried to have a few goes. I thought Maui was all down the right Saturday. First half it was a bit shaky and he tried to get into it. I thought second half played a lot better.
Yeah, the keeper had a decent game as well, from what I saw.
Yeah, Morris had a really good game. See why he's still going. He did put definitely.
Is he knocking on a bit, Adam? Is he an elder statesman of the club?
About 40 now.
He's 40, 41, 42.
Is he? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
He's
not that tall, is he? For a goalie,
he's getting better and better as well, which is great to see. They keep giving him 1-year contracts for the last 3 years, just because you can't not, you win player of the season and you can't not let their contract end. So
yeah, decent.
Yeah, he's gonna have a great game.
Yeah,
but for you guys, Gillingham did exactly what Gillingham do. They dig in and they make it very, very difficult for teams to create chances and score. What I was disappointed with Grimsby, and I've watched them the goals this season. I don't think there was a single shot from out the box. Where were the top bins like you had against was it Accrington or Cheltenham the other week? Sorry,
Cheltenham, yeah.
There was none of that. You got success down the wings once we were down to 9 and 10 men, and I think you thought that was your best opportunity and just kept going down those wings.
I think we had a conversation on pod the other day that I think it was against Cheltenham. Rossi was saying that he was getting specific instructions from David Artell not to keep shooting from outside the box. That admittedly was when we were 4-1 up. I think he wanted us to work them. Maybe he wanted us to do the same again. Did you get the same thing on Saturday?
That was the same. Yeah, same Saturday. He was saying pretty much all game, keep on passing, keep on getting to the wings. If every time someone had a shot or tried to have a shot from distance, I think KB had a shot in the first half, second half, and
Vernam had one. But Vernam had one. Cut in once, Morris saved it.
There's two men in front of him, and KB had a shot, and Artella ripped into him and shouted him, saying, "Don't do that. Pass the ball." I mean, Artell's like that at the minute. I think he's just trying to drill it into him to play football. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But he wouldn't mind having a shot from wherever and seeing what happens. But
the one incident I missed was Town had what looked like a reasonably good goal chalked off. If there was a hint of offside, it was the merest of hint. A mosquito's tail away from offside. Is that what it was given for, or was there a hand, or what was your take?
Well, I was behind the goal, and I think Vernam headed it back. Cross came in. You headed it, hit the bar. KB was there, bundled it in, but I thought he handled it.
Yeah.
Thought it came off the bar, hit his hand, and then it sort of went in.
The linesman looks to be indicating offside, but
I don't know. I couldn't judge that offside there. But
when Vernam heads it back, KB's behind the defender and looks like he's in line. It was really difficult to see from there. Rossi?
Yeah, I think it was offside from what they're saying, but I've slowed it down, and what you do, you freeze frame it, and you have a look yourself. And to me, it does look like actually, I think it was Clark actually was keeping him on. It looked like it anyway, but it's just one of them things. It goes with you, or it goes against you. So
he gave it straight away. They disallowed it straight away. So
Adam, you would have had a perfect view from your location. Definitely offside.
Not at all, no. Just grateful that flag went up, to be honest. I've tried to look at it on the TV. I can't see.
It's inconclusive.
Whether there was an offside.
I thought it is. But yeah.
So one final talking point of the game. So the game ended 1-0, and I think we've all kind of agreed on the basic premise of what went on. With our own slightly polarised views. I think we've all been pretty fair about it as well, which is good. But the Gills players and manager were talking about how they had us hanging on at the end. Is that a fair assessment?
The last 10 minutes, they're hanging on for how well
it was the assistant manager because Watson.
I gathered. Yeah.
He got booked as well, didn't he? During the game.
He did, yeah.
But he said in his interview we were hanging on, which.
Yeah. I saw some incredulity from Town fans.
Well, we did have chances towards the end, so if that's called hanging on, we were hanging on. But we dominated the second half. But they did have a free kick right at the end when their goalie came up and took it.
Yeah,
and it was in the box for ages. So,
and the last time we had the ball in the box for ages, it was Colchester when it was. And again, I think featured it in the last episode. I'm going clear it. Oh shit, it's in the net.
But it wasn't like Gillingham were battering us for a quarter of an hour, hanging on job.
No.
It was just the last bit. So I think that's what he meant.
Ross, was your
I think what Gillingham do.
Oh, sorry, Adam.
Sorry, I was going to say, I think what Gillingham do. We scored more goals after 90 minutes than any other team in the league.
Did you equalise at Tranmere the other week in the last minute?
Cheltenham last week.
Yeah.
Cheltenham. No, we lost anyway. Whoever. So we're scoring. The Bromley penalty.
Yeah.
I think it's 5 or 6 that we've had after 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think, as Steve said, we had a couple of chances where that some of the substitutes brought Sam Vokes on and Nevitt on, and launching the ball up to those two. We had a couple of bouncy balls around the box for a few times. So I wouldn't say hanging on, but it could so easily have been an equaliser.
Yeah.
You know, it only takes a second, doesn't it? It just didn't fall for us.
Did you feel like it was hanging on, Rossi?
I won't say hanging on. We were 7 minutes solid on, and I think for that 7 minutes it was literally long ball into the box, and Vokes and every other tall player that Gillingham had tried to just head it on and see what happened.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was about it.
Won us a place out the National League, that, didn't it, with Cropper and a flick on from what's his name? Oh, we tried to sign him at one point. Solihull player, Andrew Dallas, flicked it
Dallas,
on for John Maguire to head home. That was kind of a hog it in the box and see what happens, wasn't it? So it can work. Adam, it's been a pleasure having you on to come and very fairly but vocally putting your point across in terms of
no ranting.
No ranting. We're not.
What did you message me? You messaged me earlier tonight. Maybe I shouldn't come on.
Rossi has his own channel for ranting, and on here he comes and gives us his honest, calm view, and it works quite well.
It's been a pleasure to be on with you guys. Can I just say one thing? I was supposed to meet up with Carl Wishy at the weekend. He's not been too well, so get well, Wishy. I'll see you at the Grimsby match soon.
Yeah, get well, Carl.
Yeah, get well soon, Carl. I don't know you, but we wish you well. And you can encourage everybody to come on and listen to that message now. Yeah. No, we wish him well. All the best, Adam. So, you're welcome to stay, but we can stay or go. It's up to you.
I've got my dinner waiting for me. It's been a pleasure, guys. I love your show.
Thank you.
Keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it. And you're always welcome on for another Gillingham game.
Cheers, Ads. The Mariners. The Mariners. That's good.
The Mariners.
Hello.
They like that.
I like that.
Yeah, awesome. Carl Wisher is a friend, a colleague, well, an ex-work colleague of both of us, and he's got issues. I can't remember what it is about, but he's a big town fan, right? Yeah. So I see him at the games quite regularly.
Does Adam live around here? Is he a local for it? If he
well, last I knew, he lives Cairn Lindsay.
All right.
Yeah. So he worked with me up here, and he works.
So he's a Gillingham exile, then, as opposed to anything else.
Yeah, but he's still got his bit of his accent.
Well, as I said to you guys, there's 3 southern accents. There's posh, cockney, and pirate. He's not cockney and he's not pirate. He's got to fit in the posh box, isn't it?
I always take the mick out of it. You can't say sandwich. It's a song.
What's that place in Kent called? Sounds like a food stuff. You must have lived near there sometime, Adam.
Sandwich. He'll be listening to this now if you still record.
We'll keep it on. We can.
He sent it to me once, and I went, "What did you say? Sandwich?" He went, "No, sandwich."
Nice one.
Yeah, he lives locally. He was in the pontoon with me a few seasons ago watching, and I don't know if he was at that game, and Gillingham scored first, and he did a little gentle, a bit of a celebration, but not much.
Yeah, I know what it's like doing that in the away.
Then we equalised last minute.
I've been for Tranmere. Was that last season?
I think it was the season before.
I've met him, haven't I? He was with us.
Yeah.
He
was sat there. He just did a little fist pump as they scored.
Yes.
And I like you.
Yeah, we could have won. We could have won 3-1 in the last minute, couldn't we?
Yeah, I thought I'd met him before.
Yeah, no, I'd forgotten that that was that game. Because we've had a few different people in your dad's seat, haven't we?
We have, I've had a few different colleagues, very good.
Yeah, nice one. So, it was a good take to get somebody with a different viewpoint of the game, but I think overall there was agreement and fairness in that.
He texted me earlier today, so I've got 3 things to say. Ref is shite, ref was shite. Yeah. And he says perhaps I shouldn't come on.
It was all right. He managed to get his fair head on.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So, following on from that then, Town back up to 3rd. And if we can have a look at the results from the weekend, there's some nice little bits of let's say results to celebrate. I would refer to it as particularly. We'll start here because I can have a good laugh. Let's all laugh at Swindon. Yes. It's actually first on the list. Anyway, alphabetically. Accrington 4, Swindon 0. Wow, what a result! Wouldn't have put that on me coupon.
No,
I couldn't believe that.
No, I couldn't believe that.
Paddy Madden hat trick.
He did. He scored his first goal. Was it good? I don't know.
It was. Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
Clark sent off in the 37th minute for an elbow in the face, which is pretty clear cut, I think. Yeah, from what I saw on the highlights. Did you see that?
Yeah. It was red card. Yeah. It's still a good result against Swindon, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Venue, the Wham Stadium, attendance 2,084.
Yeah.
That's terrible, isn't it? Terrible. Anyway, other results of note: Cambridge 2, Bromley 1. Feel free to chip in if you've got anything you've noted from any of these games. Salford 1, Oldham 0. Barnet 0, Notts County 1.
That's a smashing grab, wasn't it?
That was what? Sorry.
Smashing grab, 95th minute winner,
Was
wasn't
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Notts County. Yeah.
Tyrese Hall, I think, scored.
I've got him. He's on loan from Spurs, isn't he?
Yeah, they seem to love their Spurs players online. They had what's his face? Abbott won it last season.
That's right. Yeah.
90 plus 4. You're not wrong.
Decent, good win for them, really, because Barnet been good at home, haven't they?
Yes. Yeah. Very surprising result again. Bristol Rovers 1, Tranmere 4. Tranmere not known for high scoring attributes, but they put 4 past Bristol Rovers before they replied in the last few minutes.
They conceded 4 last week as well at home, didn't they?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bristol Rovers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Tranmere lost to Barnet at home 2-0, so just reviewing your point about Barnet. Chesterfield 1, Fleetwood 1. Markandale and Davies. Colchester 3, Harrogate 1. Colchester on a really good run at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another hat trick as well, wasn't
it? Anderson, yeah.
Hat trick, wasn't it? That was he said it on the highlights. It was Simon Weaver's 700th game in charge of Harrogate.
He's so long serving. It's just not real, is it?
Up from 700 games, amazing.
Yeah, incredible. The score of the hat trick was H. Anderson. That probably Hans Christian. Yeah, maybe. Town 1, Gillingham 0. MK Dons 3, Crew 1. Malt scored
MK Dons going on
with 10 minutes into injury time, so they were well behind, 3-0 by just after half time. Newport 0, Cheltenham 2. I've got something to come back to that game on, but we'll cover it under any other business because it's more of a funny than something to do with the actual result, although it does affect the result. Shrewsbury 1, Crawley 0, so a bit of a boost for Shrewsbury. They've not had much to crow about. They're
improving, aren't they? Yeah.
And another one of the teams at the top we've beaten, Walsall 1, Barrow 2. And they were playing with 10 men from the 56th minute and still managed to win. And they scored their winner after they went down to 10 men.
A surprise result, that.
Yeah, it was a bit. I think they're a team for us to watch out for because we don't seem to ever do very well against them. We've had that one game last year. I think we beat them at home, didn't we, last year? But yeah, certainly don't look forward to playing them as a rule. So not a bad set of results. Town third in the table. That's always nice to see, but it's really tight, isn't it? I mean, there's 26 at the top with Walsall, 8th Cambridge, first place outside the playoffs, 21, only 5 points behind. It's tight. It's still forming, isn't it? Rossi, what's your take on the table? What's your view on how it sits at the moment?
Yeah, I think anyone can do anything at the minute. I think you need to have a draw or obviously win, but minimum draw every week at the moment because it's so tight. Anyone can win, but there's just not a lot in it. And
don't lose. Don't lose.
Yeah, that's the
win 2,
big
lose
thing
1. You almost need to do. Yeah.
That's it. If we'd lost against Gillingham, would have been on 21, so would have been down at 9th.
Yeah, 8th,
9th.
Yeah.
So it's like I say, Rossi says, got to win or draw.
But I have a feeling as well. This season it's going to be a little bit like last season, where Steve, you'll remember us talking about this. There was a time when we had 2 or 3, 4 wins on the trot, and didn't move anywhere from 8th. And then one day we drew against Blooming someone on a Tuesday night and went up about 3 places. And it was that tight. They were just winning was just keeping us up with everybody. And then one night when it just happened to go the other way, that one point was enough to boost us right up the table.
Ninth, and all of a sudden we were like 6th or something.
Yeah.
So
just off the back of a draw, having not moved for weeks. So that's interesting. We going to have a look at our comparison with the table versus our predictions. So you've got yours to hand, Rossi?
I have.
I didn't really do any, did I? I just sort of...
We talked about them briefly, didn't we, at the start?
Talked about it, but didn't write it down.
Yeah, I've got to find mine. Bear me a second. See if I can find it.
I think if you look at the top 7, as it is, you could pretty much sort of predict that, apart from us, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Walsall.
Easy to predict it looking at the table as it is, isn't it?
Yeah, Swindon, Gillingham, Chesterfield, Salford. Yeah, it's just little old Grimsby there. Third.
The old book out. This is where I have my predictions. So we've got Walsall in first. Where did you have them, Rossi?
I think you might be shocked, to be fair. I had Walsall in 14th.
Did you?
14th?
Yeah, I thought they had that season last season, up there with Sadler, and I thought maybe it's just a one-off. They had, what's his face up top? Can't remember his name now.
On loan. Guy on loan.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember his bloody name now. Nathan Lowe. They had him, obviously, and he helped him massively when he was there. I just thought it might be just a one-off season and they might just dwindle down the league. And that's why I put him there. And probably going to be wrong.
Well, me and you were thinking differently on this, but the same. I was thinking exactly the same. Don't know what to expect after the disappointment of last year. It's hard to know. I put him in 10th. That was my take on it. So we weren't too far away there in that that examination. MK Dons.
I put him 5th.
5th. I got him first. What was your thinking? Big spending?
Big spending, but it's MK. It's sort of start of the season that they've spent all that money and then they've kind of had a bad start, didn't they? And then now they've picked it up again.
Yeah.
And I feel like it'll hit them again and they'll have a bad start. Bad shift again like they usually do. Yeah. That's why I didn't really put them up there. But you never know. It's MK. They're always hit and miss.
Up and down. Yeah. I've got on paper great summer. Many will want to beat them, especially as favourites, and partly because of the fact that they're this franchise zombie thing, aren't they, as well? Steve, what was your take on them at the start of the season? Would you have had them up there in your thinking?
I think I had them second, I think.
Yeah.
Or was it? No, I don't know. I had them up there, yeah.
He's going to have them all right, and he's going, oh, yeah, Chesterfield, I had them 6th, actually, yeah.
They've won 4 on the trot now. So, yeah, there was, up to that point, they'd only won, what was it? Yeah, won 3, drawn 3, lost 3. So, yeah, they're flying at the minute. But the money they got, they should be up there.
Which is testament to us to having beaten them and Walsall.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Third place, you've got us. Where did you have us, Ross?
Grimsby, I had them third.
Third, spot on.
Third?
Yeah.
Third.
Steve?
Well done. I can't remember. I think we were sort of 7th, I think.
Yeah. Is that what you had us? 7th?
In the playoffs, yeah. Better than last season.
I've got second.
Right.
And I said biased here, but would love to see GTFC here. Scribbly writing.
Can't read his own writing.
Yeah. I'm a doctor of league table specialism. Many fans will wait and see. Yeah, I think so. It's kind of a bit of a... Yeah, we were on the up at the end of the season, open more of the same. But can we actually deliver it was the kind of message, I think, there.
I put us there just because I think we kept on to a lot of players from last season, and then we've added to it stronger. Yeah. And I think that's the main reason why I think we're going to be up there. And at the moment, we are. So,
Steve, where were you thinking Swindon were going to end up?
I think I had them mid-table. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I had them that high up.
Ross, where were you at?
Swindon, I put them 7th.
7th. Now this is a biased thing. This for me. This is definitely a Holloway thing. I had 16th. Hope they go down. Manager is a fraud. Do you think there's an element of anger in there going with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you were thinking with your head there.
Oh, well, my heart. Well, yeah.
Your heart.
So they're my genuine notes from the positioning. Swindon Gillingham. So, we should have asked Adam while he was on. But...
Gillingham, I actually put them 12th.
12. Right.
Because they're just such a yo-yo team. Like, they start off well, then they dwindle all the way down the league.
Have you seen my notes? Have you been nicking my baby?
Yeah, it's every season though, isn't it? It's the same old.
Easy to predict. Even Adam says that to me. So they start well.
Gillingham
the
probably come out
then...
fast and fade, blow hot and cold.
Adam says to me, he says it's normally against Grimsby we come unstuck, and then it's all downhill from there.
Not wrong.
No.
Chesterfield,
I had second.
I had third. Oh, very close.
I had him up there, but probably sixth.
I said if they're showing progress this season, this is where they need to be aiming for. That's my kind of thing.
They've got the players. They've got decent, very decent players to be up there anyway. They've been a bit hit and miss, I think, again this season so far. I would have thought they'd beat Fleetwood at the weekend. I think Fleetwood are a bogey team though. They're one of them where they have a turn up or they don't.
We've all got them, haven't we?
Yeah. And
see, their assistant went to Yeovil as manager and then came back after one game. You see that? Yeah.
Who was that?
Chesterfield's assistant manager got the Yeovil job, went down there, had one game, and now he's back at Chesterfield.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I've seen that just signed Michi Effecta.
Yes, I saw that, yeah. Michi Effecta, former of, was it Falkirk he was at, something like that?
Ross County.
Ross County.
County.
You would know that, wouldn't you? Is that your team in Scotland by any chance?
Rossi County.
Yeah, funny enough, I do actually. If I did actually follow a Scottish team, it had to be that one.
It would, wouldn't it? That's fair enough.
Yeah.
We can get that. I think we can work out why.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Dave Dixon United or Steve Risley Town. Actually, there must be a Risley in Warrington. Steve,
there's got to be a Risley United, isn't there?
Yeah. It's probably the prison team. Risley Remand Centre. Sorry. Anyway, Tranmere. Sorry, no, not Tranmere. Salford.
Salford, I had 6th.
6th. I had them further down. 13th. What was you thinking, Rossi?
They brought a lot of players in, really good, experienced players. Carl Robinson's not a mug, good manager. And I think they've spent quite a lot of money, and they've just had that takeover, I think, as well. So I thought they'd be up there. And to be fair, I do like Salford. I've got a bit of a soft spot for them in a way. I do think they'll do all right. But I don't know if you've seen it. They're doing this behind the scenes thing on YouTube at the moment.
Oh yeah.
In the dressing room after the game, and did it for Grimsby's game at Salford.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's on. If you look on YouTube, it's on there on Salford's page. And Carl Robinson rips into him.
Yes, somebody was telling me about.
I've seen one of them. I haven't seen the town one, but I'll.
Yeah, so I thought, it's good watch.
Because when he came out,
going to all the players, wasn't he? Saying pointing and something.
When he came out, on the floor. It was the following week, the Chesterfield one I saw, and because it's the second week they lost 2-0, wasn't it? And he was really ripping into him. I'm thinking, Christ, he won't get the same report back from Phil Jones like David Artell did. I think as per Harrogate, always promise, but failed to nail a playoff place. Was and I'm down as 13th. Cambridge.
Cambridge I had in 8th.
8th.
Bloody hell! He's ripping it up. Ripping it up.
11th.
You've got the top 7, 8 though, haven't you? Apart from you're missing just. No, you've got them all, haven't you, so far? Or Walsall. You're missing Walsall, aren't you?
I'm saying after a relegation season, I expect them to be reasonable, but not tear up any trees. That's pretty much my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they got rid of many League One players when they come down. To be honest, they've added to it as well. Neil Harris is a good manager, apart from me as a prick. But it's one of them of Cambridge. I think they will be up there, but I think they will just miss out.
But every time he has a fight in the tunnel, his punishments go down in thingy, so he'll be all right. Notts County.
He's a prick. You're right.
Notts County.
Notts. I had them 13th.
Wow. What was your take? What was your view on
that? It's mixed. I don't like the manager they brought in, Patterson. After what he did at Burton Albion, I thought, why would you even bother bringing him in? He's got a bad record.
It's decent for Town.
He was ex-Town player, wasn't
he? Yeah. It's just I wasn't that keen on him. And then there was obviously talk of Jata leaving for like 500 grand, I think it was, to Plymouth. I thought once he's gone, that's their main threat gone. Jody Jones is basically injury prone now, which it is. I didn't think they've really brought that many decent players in to replace the ones they got rid of. And I mean, they are scraping results now, and they are getting a bit of momentum. So maybe they will be up there. We'll see.
I've got big turnover of players in the summer. Losing some of the big game players, unknown quantity was my best take. I've been fairly buoyant with them and said give them the benefit of the doubt. 9th at the minute, but not out of the running and with 20 points certainly at the moment. Barnet.
Barnet, I don't think it'll be doing as well as they are. Barnet, I put 16th.
I put 22nd. In the first season back up is a tough ask. I think up to about a month ago that would have probably been proven as about right.
Yeah.
So it really is since they played us, really. And Dr. Grimsby comes, come and have a bit of medicine. There you go. Oh, you're well now.
They had a good shift in National League last season. They romped that league, and I think they kept on most of what they had. They've added a few nice players into the squad, and the manager. I don't mind the manager, to be fair, but I don't think they do as well as they are. But I did think, like I said, I put them 16th before they'd be around that mark. It was the first time back in League Two.
Was you thinking about the National League champions, Steve? Was you thinking they'd do any good?
No, I think I had them lower down.
Yeah,
I think they'll do
that. We agreed on Barnet.
I think they were not in the
preview.
Going back down, not going back down again, but sort of 5th, 6th, and 1.
Crew.
I think they do. Yeah.
Sorry, Steve.
No, we're doing better than I thought.
Crew, I had 10th.
I've got Crew in 6th. Could be 5th or 16th. To be seen which Crew turns up. Again, a bit like Gillingham. They have a good start. They won the first 4, didn't they? They've won since, have they?
No, they're a strange team as well, aren't they? So I don't know. They were top of the league.
I think they had one of the biggest fall-offs. I think a lot of people talk about Walsall last season, but if you actually look back at it, Crew actually went down with them. They were up there with Walsall for a long time, and Crew ended up coming down, not doing as good as they should have done. And I thought again, they've got rid of players, they've gained players, and I just thought they're so inconsistent. That's where I want them.
Steve, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think I had them probably top 7. I thought it would. Well, where they are really, but not far off top 7. That's only a couple of points. Yeah.
Yeah, point wise, it's very, very tight at the minute. So it shows. When we say 10, 15 games before the league takes shape, it's interesting to look nonetheless. Bromley. Oh, sorry, I had Fleetwood 19th. So can't see him doing any good on 2,500 crowds. 44 million in debt.
Yeah, I had. You say Bromley, yeah?
Yeah, Bromley, yeah.
Bromley.
I had him 15th.
And I had him 15th. Yay!
Yay!
Full house.
13th, I had him. I thought I said that.
Bollocks. 13th. Yeah, I just thought he's done a great job with him, but I can't see him progressing without a big change in their setup, to be fair.
There was talks of Michael Cheek leaving in the summer, and he kind of dismissed it a little bit. I don't know, I can't remember where he was going to be going, but I think if they got rid of him or he left, it'd be a bit hard for Bromley because he is one of their main men, isn't he?
Yeah, Mr. Bromley.
He is. Scored goals.
In fairness to Andy Woodman, I mean, Town fans have had a bit of rumble with him over the time, but I've also always found him a bit fairly good-natured on social media. After that initial sour grapes rant he had on on TV the other year. But he has a bit of banter with town fans now, particularly when Artel got the job. He was joking, "Where do I put my application in?" And we were having a bit of a chuckle with him, but that was quite good.
Yeah, he's okay. He's there.
So Bromley, Colchester.
Colchester, I actually had them 4th.
I had them 7th. Could be influential, but direct play effort, effectiveness is unclear. So will that directness work? And it did work against us, in fairness to them.
Yeah, I feel like they again got good players in. They just missed out last season. I think what they lacked, and they still. I would have thought they still was an out-and-out goal scorer. They haven't got that. Is it Mbic? Whatever his name. 18 years old at striker at the moment.
Christ, he didn't look 18, did he? When you compare and contrast with the 18-year-olds we've had at bloody Bundle Park.
I got told he was 18. I was like, really? But yeah,
I think he is 18. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they'll be around the mark again. The way they're going, they just need to keep on going with the momentum they've got at the moment.
Well, it shows what a poor start they had, because they're 14th now, and they've won the last 3, haven't they, or something ridiculous? That's 12 of the 17 points they've got.
I think so, yeah.
They must have been circling the plug hole at the start of the season. I had them in 7th. I've got them fairly buoyant. And you think the first season back in the league, they were circling the drain with us, weren't they? We were up against it with them at the back end of the season when they were sort of getting their 5-side pitch out and wetting it and whatever. Although their pitch got an assist last year against us, didn't it? It was 1 assist to Barrington. Yeah, have the ball.
Yeah. They seem to have sorted that out now. I don't know, because it nearly cocked them up, didn't it?
Yeah.
All them postponements last season.
Because actually, you could argue it helped them at the time to have the games stacked up, so they knew what they got to do. But on the downside, it's a lot of games and not much time, isn't it? And on a shit pitch, because I mean that goal that Barrington scored, or Barrington gave to Corey, didn't he? The pitch hit the ball to the defender's knee, which went straight to Barrington, who played in Corey, which was a fabulous thing to behold. So next up is Barrow.
Barrow
15th.
17th.
17th. Yeah, same.
I think we agree with all that one.
Yeah. I always thought they overachieved, but they'll probably start well and then sink. Was my take at early season. So 17th versus 15th, not a bad shout. Our bogey team a little bit, so let's hope we can do better against them this year. Bristol Rovers.
Them to win the league.
I thought they'd come back up and do well. I had them down as 5th.
Need to sort the defence out.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. They've signed some really good calibre players this season.
But they've had some good and shocking results, haven't they? They've kind of you don't know which Bristol Rovers is going to turn up. I think when they played us, they were fortunate that we'd just played Man United, and it was all a bit after the Lord Mayor's show, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think there's Negru they've signed obviously McEachran and George's brother, and a few other players where I think they maybe like that in League One, but I thought they'd absolutely romp this league, and they've been hit with a stick. The League Two stick.
But as I say, the table as it is, they're in 16th, only 3 points behind Cambridge or 4 points behind Cambridge in 8th. I'm just knocking on the door of the playoffs. So it's by no means over, is it? As a season for them. Oldham.
At them 19th.
20th. So we both thought they were going to struggle. I think it's always hard for teams coming up, especially when they've been through the playoffs, because you don't know what you're setting up for until sort of mid-June. So it's always difficult to put the squad together. But they've turned out some half-decent results, and they're outperforming our predictions then. What was your thoughts, Steve? Oldham?
Yeah, I think they're about where they were. I didn't think they were going to be in the top half. I was thinking about where they are, to be honest. Maybe a little bit lower.
Yeah.
But, they're not It is hard. I was going to say, apart from if you're Wrexham or Stockport or a team like that, then just go straight through.
Yeah. But they can strengthen in a way that others can't they? Next one up is Tranmere, your friend and mine. I've got my one of my oldest mates is a Tranmere fan. Where did you have them, Ross?
I Tranmere 11th.
11th.
Right.
I very generously had them in 9th. I didn't think they could have as bad a season. They had a decent start last year. I thought they made some decent signings, and I had them in 9th.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, I think they signed really well. Yeah. The only thing they did lack is they haven't really brought that many good attacking players in. Yeah. I think that's what happened with Joe Ironside, got him from Donny. He hasn't really hit the ground running yet. Murray Patrick, they've already got, but you can't rely on him every week.
He's either great or crap, isn't he? I mean,
yeah.
He's a good player.
He's got some fabulous goals this season already.
Oh, yeah. They got Richie Smallwood from Bradford.
He was the one I thought, they'll do better because they've got him.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of them teams. And obviously, my mate Dave, who travels about over 500 miles every week if it's a home game.
He's the crazy Tranmere fan, isn't he? On TikTok.
That's the one on TikTok. Yeah, he travels from Kent way. That's where he lives, and he goes to Tranmere every week if they're at home, and he has to go by train, so it's a lot of miles to do it.
Right.
And is he still doing it? Is he still doing the TikTok and what have you?
Yeah, he's still doing TikTok. Yeah, at the moment
he had a bit of an upset the other week, and he was going to pack it in. But I think.
I think
enough people got him boosted and got him back doing it, which I was good. I'm pleased about that.
Yeah, so that's the both sides of social media, isn't it? But no, he's doing this challenge at the minute. Won't shave my beard off until Tranmere win 3 games in a row or something.
Oh God, he's going to be bloody head like this. Like that Man U fan, isn't it?
Frank. A great big bushy beard.
You see that kid Frank at Man U?
We've got to see him because he's going to come to Grimsby on the 27th next month when they come to us. It's that night game, innit? And I said when I meet him, like I say, his beard might be out here when I see him. Yeah. So it should be fun.
Yeah. But, and hopefully we'll be helping it to grow a bit more.
Yeah.
Harrogate Town. We can't beat them at their place. We cannot beat them at their place.
No, this is why if we do stay in League 2, I put them at 23rd and going down.
Oh, you bitch!
I had them down. I think I am in the bottom 2. I remember.
I got them down as 12th. Predominantly because they all seem to do all right against us. But having said that, last year we beat them at home, drew away. This year we've already drawn away when arguably we could have easily lost. So yeah, I put mid-table was all I could sort of muster for them. Was my my little notes was that was about it for Harrogate. Accrington Stanley. Who are they?
I don't know.
Bottom of the league for me.
Bottom for you. I had them bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they started a bit. And they started a bit like that, didn't they? As well. So we're looking good for it at one point. But Paddy Madden banging in the goals against Holloway at the weekend. It was a sight to behold. And I put can't keep rolling with the punches like they have been, but maybe they can. But having said that, there's still only 3 points off the relegation spot. So as we've said with the top teams, there's not a lot in it at the moment.
Yeah. I do think Cheltenham will start picking up points now as well.
Yeah, they seem to have boosted a little bit. Shrewsbury Town,
18th.
Yeah, I had them as 14th. But with Crawley, I fancy these will struggle after a relegation. So yeah, I wasn't really favourable with the sides coming down that they would bounce back that quickly, with the exception of Bristol Rovers. They had an awful start, didn't they? Absolutely dreadful start. They've rallied a little bit to 21st, but again, they're only 3 points outside the bottom 2. And I think 14 is pretty generous for them. But yeah, I didn't think. I mean, we wiped the floor with them in that cup game, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Not nothing special. I'm not a big fan of. Obviously, Appleton's in charge.
Yeah,
Half of them players.
I don't think the Shrewsbury fans are either, from what I've read online.
No, yeah, half their players are ex-Lincoln as well. That obviously he's had before, and I've just
There'll be some
look at
Hursty
the play.
signings in there. As NCL has just left. He's retired on here, to go
Oh, I'm not sure.
to family. And who else is from Hurst? Gillingham. From Bradford, he signed him, didn't he? He was the one who scored the equaliser against us a couple of seasons ago, wasn't he, when we were doing quite well at their place?
Yeah, that was a good goal, that. Remember
that? Yeah, bit of a dagger into the heart, but never mind. Cheltenham are up next in 22nd. I had them 23rd.
I had them 21st.
Yeah, so we're all thinking they're going to struggle down there. I don't see a reaction from them this season. And I think the only way they're going to get a reaction is from having Cottrell. Will the Cottrell factor last? That is the question, I think, now.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think they'll go up a bit more now, places-wise, with him in charge. But we'll see. I had them down there because of their takeover. There was rumoured they were going to get a takeover.
Yeah.
And I said if they did get that, then maybe they will do a lot better than people think. But until they get that, I think they'll be always down the bottom of League Two, somewhere there and about.
Possibly so. We shall see. Crawley Town.
Crawley, I had them 20th.
I had them 18th. Steve, did you think Crawley were going to do any good?
No, I think I had them down there. I mean, they were obviously the first game of the season. They were terrible, awful, but they went up, didn't they? And then came straight back down.
Yeah, and they were kind of lucky to go up, weren't they? It was Horsey fired them into the
sneaked in the playoff, last playoff place.
Off the Burton, didn't he, somewhere?
Yeah, so I don't know if they went up too soon and come straight back down, and now they're suffering. So they could go straight out the league.
Yeah. And then bottom, we've got Newport County, and I had them 21st. Dull.
22nd.
Anything above a scrape is anything.
I think I had Newport and Harrogate bottom two.
Yeah, I've got Cheltenham and Accrington were my two, and they were proving me right in the early part of the season. But as we said, there's been some changes. But Newport really looking at a heap of trouble, don't they? They just don't look like they've got anything.
Got a good goalie.
Well, come back onto that in any other business at the end. But yeah, so comparing to the table, we're not that far out. We've got some reasonable shouts. We've got some wildly a little bit wild, but
I would say Ross is shading that one.
Well,
at the minute,
I'll give him that. The table's still forming. It only counts in May, really.
I do usually do a Christmas one, to be fair. Get to around Christmas and I'll do a halfway through the season and where I think people are finished. And I did it last year, and I think I had Walsall to win the league and whatnot, and Bradford, I think, were outside top 7, and they went up. So I think it'll all change again by Christmas, like it always does. So.
Okay, well, I'll do one now. I'll do a table prediction for the rest of the season.
Yeah, okay.
We'll review it at the end of the season or in the new year.
At Christmas, yeah. But a Christmas party one we'll do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Some other little things I looked at this week was comparison with the teams we've already played and how we did against them. So just picking up on the teams that we have played so far. So Cheltenham, we won at home and we've beaten them again. That's same number of points in the bank. We scored 5 more goals, which equates to 4 more goal difference because of the goal difference between the two games. Gillingham, we won. We only drew against them last year, so that's 2 points gained and 1 more on the goal difference. Harrogate away, we drew. We scored 1 more goal, but we didn't get any more out of it. Newport County at home, we won by essentially the same distance scoreline, so no extra points there. Accrington away, we drew and we lost there last year, so that's an extra point. Colchester, we lost at home and we lost at home last year, so that's kind of the same. And then the 2 other games we've won away, Walsall and Salford, we won by similar margins to last time. Only one was Walsall was got by a goal less than last time. So at the moment, I'm seeing us 3, 4, 3 to 4 points up from where we were last time.
Right.
Which is an interesting sort of different way of looking at
it. Yeah.
So we shall see how that pans out with the other teams we've got to play. So
it's an improvement, isn't it?
Yeah, this week, in other Grimsby Town news, Jamie Walker, won the Goal of the Month competition for League Two. That was good news. Had a bit of competition from others. I thought his second goal should have been in the 5 as well. It was better than at least one or two of the other ones that were in contention. But a worthy winner. I mean, if only you'd seen it live, Steve. It was it was a hell of a goal. Oh, especially to our seat, it was just coming right at us when it hit the top goal.
How was it? When I saw it, and I've seen it, since you just every time you see it, you think, what a goal!
Yeah,
and what a hit! It was unbelievable hit.
And then to follow,
I wish I was there. I was in Italy. Sorry,
I don't think you were massively disadvantaged in where you were. You were enjoying yourself, weren't you? Sorrento was it at the time?
We've just got to Sorrento and had a cold beer in my hand.
There you go.
And,
we're not. Our hearts aren't exactly bleeding for you. But to follow it up 2 minutes later with that other one that should have also been in the top 5 is something else. So well done to Jamie Walker, who's also followed me on Facebook. I've followed him and.
I see how it is.
Yeah. I'm just copying. Just copying.
He followed Rossi first.
Yeah, he did. You're not wrong. That's why, because it popped up in my people, you may know. You think players have probably put more distance between themselves, but I've got a fair smattering of Grimsby Town related fans, and he's probably thought, oh, he knows all them people. He's all right. Oh, he's podcast lads.
Yeah.
Well, I bigged his lad up as well in his little TikTok account. That's brilliant. That is.
I've not seen that for a while, to be fair.
No, the last one I saw was the game. Oh, it might have been the Cheltenham game actually. Can't remember. It was cracking game that he managed to pick. So it must have been that one because his dad obviously got them 2 goals, didn't
he?
Yeah. Reserve game this week against Derby at Cleethorpes Town. Town 2, Derby 3. Was there any sort of particular things of note from that match, Rossi? I didn't really take a lot of notes of it, to be honest. You alerted me to it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I don't think anyone did. But it's just extra minutes for the lads, isn't it, fitness wise? But bit annoying that we didn't go through. By the looks of it, they got I think it was 1 or 2 lucky goals they got. I think it was a missed pass from one of our players. Can't remember it is now. I've slept since then, but. Derby then they pounced on it and scored from it. But yeah, it's just minutes for the boys. And yeah, I think soon sort of Bell started, Danny Rose started.
I heard they had good games again.
Yeah, exactly. So it is good for them. Whether or not you get an injury from it, then it's not so good. But
there's no risk without reward. There's no reward without risk, is there? Usually.
Yeah.
Other news, Brentford tickets are now pretty much sold out. There's restricted view only available. So it's looking like we predicted that it would be a pretty high gate. So it's looking like another 8,500 to 9,000. Again, no indication of whether Brentford are selling many of their tickets. Anybody picked anything up on that? Not.
No.
I certainly haven't. So that's good. Couple of things to note, and there's the next couple of points on our little agenda are kind of lumped together here. There's a definite feel to the this season in a line-up with 79-80. We lost 2-1 at home to Colchester. We beat Gillingham at home 1-0. We got to the 4th round of the League Cup and played a Premier League team at home. Are the stars aligning for a repeat of 79-80?
That's when Premier League was born then, mate.
Well, you know what I mean. It was the Premier League. It was actually called Division 1.
Top league, yeah.
Everton.
Yeah, well, there we go.
And we got through as well, so.
Yeah.
So what
was he?
What was the score in that Everton game?
2-1.
2-1.
Put that on a bet and we'll...
Yeah. Mike Brolly scored twice.
I was stood on my box in the pontoon. I
I
was
stood on my
12.
box in the Osmond.
Never to be seen.
You want it was 22,000 in Blundell Park, I'm right?
Yeah.
23,000.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Absolutely rocking.
Yeah. And if you look on in the early part of this season's titles, there's a Mike Brolly goal from a tight angle. That's the second goal against Everton. It's a bit grainy, but it's definitely there. But
Who scored the Everton goal? Can you remember?
Brian Kidd.
Brian Kidd, who was the assistant at United.
He was, yeah.
And United, wasn't he?
And Mike Lyons was future Grimsby manager. Mike Lyons was playing for Everton as well.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
But Brolly,
yes.
Interesting thing about Mike Brolly was, at the time, he was 27 years old, but he was bald with a beard. And I in my eyes, he was like in his 40s.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You thought he was an old guy, didn't you?
He looked like that Gillingham player who got sent off on Saturday, didn't he?
Yeah.
Fun fact about Mike Brolly: when I was at secondary school, he taught me science.
Did he?
Right, he was a teacher, yeah.
He's going to be a science teacher. He was at Market Raising secondary school, and
that's right. Yeah, I know he was a teacher. Was he good? Was he decent?
He was a laugh. He always wanted to watch football and put his clips on the board, and he was always a laugh. He actually started coaching the football team as well at secondary.
Yeah. Well, you should be knowing all about that Everton game. Surely you must
should know that goal then.
Well, I've slept since then as well. But
Mike Brolly. Mike Brolly.
Yeah. Can you get him on? Are you still in touch?
I'm not, but you never know.
You never know.
Get him on.
He's only 28 now, isn't he?
He's probably in his 70s now.
27, yeah. Don't tell him he's had any of that. Don't tell him that.
He'll be in the 80, won't he? He'll be in the 80, won't he?
In our defence, somebody who's 27 and slightly balding and got a beard when you're 10 is an old man, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all relative.
So
talk about ex-town players. Jack Lester will be returning, won't he? He's Brentford's.
Is he?
Coach.
He was at Chesterfield, wasn't he?
Yeah, he went there. He went there for about a couple of months ago.
Oh, that must be Keith Andrews' bodkin.
Yeah, assistant coach, I think he was. Jack Lester.
Yeah.
Super Jackie Lester. You don't remember him, do you, Rossi? No, you won't.
No, past my time and all.
He was
he's 50 years old.
Awkward, gangly, but quite skillful forward, wasn't he, Lester?
Yeah. You can see that.
No.
We can just about see it. What year are we talking?
That's more like Jack Lester that was in Oliver.
He was in. Are you talking 25? He's 50 now, so 25 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I actually got my Oliver quote wrong there. It was Mark Lester who was played Oliver in the original film adaptation of the musical. In sort of sad news, not sort of sad news, is very sad news. There was another minute's applause in the 23rd minute for Harry Taylor at the weekend. That's the second home match running. Young lads have been celebrated, following them passing away. Harry, I know Harry's mum, and I was so shocked to see that news.
Yeah.
Fit and healthy, had been swimming, just keeled over. It never made it back. So
terrible.
23 years old, and heart goes out to Michelle and the family. So sending out.
It's a lovely minute's applause again, isn't it?
It said everybody to a man, woman, and child were on board.
Yeah.
So
Seems to be a reoccurring thing at the minute with Grimsby fans. I know there was also, I don't know, I can't remember the name, so I apologise, but I think it was in the pontoon. There's a lass and a lad, and they've just lost their 6-month-old baby, and I can't remember how old they are and what their names. I can't remember. I saw it on Facebook. Their baby's just died as well, so they were going to the game in their memory as well. So.
Really sad, and so we've not long since lost Stuart Wraithby as well. It's been a rough few weeks with it, and so love and best wishes to all those affected.
Yeah, a lot of tragedies.
Lightening the mood a little bit then from there, and say it's not to make light of it, but we've got to carry on. This week, bit of interesting news from Salford that they've signed former Liverpool starlet Fabio Borini. Rossi alerted me to this earlier in the season. It was earlier in the season. It was only last week, but it was earlier in the week, is what I meant to say. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I haven't managed that then. Because he's former Prem, he's played for Liverpool, Sunderland, his former AC Milan striker. Wasn't long ago. Like I say, it wasn't long ago. It was a while back. I'm not sure about his age now, but I mean in League Two,
74.
In League Two, being with the caliber of player he's been at before, I thought he'll definitely do a job this season. But apparently, I've been told that they've only got until January.
Right, that's good news.
Right,
supposedly. So
he's 34.
Yeah.
Barini. Yeah, unbelievable. Who he's played for?
Yeah.
Is
it like us signing Ivano Bonetti? It's not, is it? Because we were a Championship side, effectively, weren't we, when we signed him?
We was, yeah. We was at second tier, weren't we? We weren't in League Two. He's played for it. Yeah, he's only played for Italy once. But Liverpool.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
2009, Chelsea, Swansea on loan, Parma, Roma on loan, Roma, Liverpool, 25 games, Sunderland on loan, Sunderland, AC Milan on loan, AC Milan, Hellas Verona, Fatih Karamuguk, Sampdoria, Salford City.
That's just mental, isn't
it?
Yeah.
It's mad. But
his goal scoring record isn't fantastic, but he's played for some massive clubs, and then now Salford.
One of the things that is notable, though, he's got a record a bit like Jordan Maguire-Drew in that he don't stay anywhere very long. He's not played. No. He's not played more than 50 games for anybody.
He come off the bench against Oldham. From what I've heard, he had a few minutes, and they said he looked really lively. And he looked, really good with his feet already.
For those teams, regardless of whether he's a good influence, bad influence, he can probably do a job for a bit, can't he?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they need him really. They've got they've just brought him in. He's a really good striker. They've got I never remember his name. Scored against us last season away.
They're playing Salford, Stockton, Cole.
Yeah,
Cole
Stockton. Yeah, they've got him still.
Cole Stockton.
He's usually a menace when he wants to be.
Yeah.
So I think they've got some good strikers in there, but he'll definitely add to the ranks.
But some of their fans are a bit moany about Cole Stockton. Don't rate him.
I think he's one of them players, isn't he? He either turns up or he doesn't.
Yeah, and he probably usually turns up against us, so we get pissed off.
Yeah.
Quite. Sometimes you get that. We think he's got the good, and then their fans think, no, he's you.
He scored twice against you. That's why you don't like him.
That's how we remember him, isn't it?
Yeah. There is that element to it as well. So that was that one. Then Jordan Wright at the weekend. Nothing changes much, does it? Did you see Cheltenham's second goal? I think it was their second goal. What a plonker.
Yeah.
Talk about not being able to play out from the back. He didn't even need to play out from the back, did he? All he had to do was hoof it.
I don't think the defence kind of helped him, though. I mean, the ball that got played back or ricocheted back kind of wasn't great. And then he just kind of fluffed around with it, and he was like he's trying to take men on with it. But
then when he won it back after his initial kind of heart in mouth moment, all he had to do was clear it to the halfway line. Job done. What did he clears it to the edge of the box on the volley? Yeah. Wham! And the bloke.
Well, I noticed.
So go on.
Their second goal was it? Got anyone playing now?
Cheltenham.
Newport. Cheltenham. Yeah. Their second goal. I was watching his positioning. Right, because I thought that was a big fault of his when he was at our place.
Yeah,
and he wasn't in the middle of the goal.
Yeah.
And the shot went to the corner. But if he was in the middle of the goal,
he'd have dived and got it.
He'd have got it, but he wasn't. He was to the side. I'm thinking, what's he doing over there? I thought his position at the time, a lot of time, he wasn't in the wrong, just not in the right place. Like, I wasn't aware where the goal was behind him.
I never rated him at Grimsby. He was one of them where he's very tall, but he was never commanding whatsoever in the box at all.
He was, he looked nervous most of the time, didn't
he? Yeah.
I think he did improve a bit, but then.
Oh no, I think he did. He had a good run.
Better, but then he didn't get any more better. You know what I mean? He just got worse.
Struggled to recover from a problem. So you keepers, you need them to be mad enough to throw themselves at everything, and when they make a mistake, just say, "Oh, that's a occupational hazard," and move on.
I thought his positioning was poor. Like what's he say? It didn't command his box, and his kicking was shocking. So three things. And I was moaning. I remember moaning in the pontoon saying, "You've got to take him out of the team because he can't kick." And then somebody said, "We can't just take him out because of that." I said, "Well, it's a major thing of a goal. He kick it. He could save a shot now and again, but anyway."
Yeah, he made some decent penalty saves. But then I'll never forget that night at BP though, where he booted it into the Rose Ed in the Findus, and everybody just laughed as a man, or groaned as a man, and then a minute later he got announced as man of the match. And everybody pissed themselves laughing. It was like, you almost felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a howler, that one. I mean, last one for this week, and if you've got anything else, well, feel free to chip in afterwards. But there's a great clip of, I can't remember the team now, something like Gloucester City playing away somewhere. And there's a lad stood at the front of the stand and he's going, "Look at me chips, these chips are fucking mint," sort of thing. And
Yeah,
he
so
takes the free kick. His video in the game, and they're taking a free kick. The free kick comes in, misses the goal, and he's like a good 10, 15, 20 yards to the left of the goal, to the right of the goal, if you're looking from the player's point of view. And it hits the pin that's holding the net up at the back of the stand, flies at 90 degrees and knocks his kid's chips out of his hand. Just after he's done a kind of a YouTube style, "Oh, my chips are fucking mint" sort of thing. And goes, "No!" And it's all in slow-mo. It made me absolutely hell. I'll put it over the top of this. Rossi's seen it, by the sounds of it. But,
it was funny.
That's what
Got over 1 million. One thing, it was 1.2 million likes on TikTok. That video.
Did it? Yeah. It was just so. I thought, "Oh, this is something that's set up." Then when I saw the free kick missed, and it just like wiped him out, I just
Chips clip. Wonder what that was.
Yeah, chips clip. That's what that is.
Right. Work it out.
So plenty to go out this week. So Town, another win. The points predictor puts us just over 80 points. It was fairly reliable last year. So that's a good sign. We're third in the table, as we've said. Still the second top scorers in the league. And I think we've had most shots on target, or we're averaging the most shots on target in League Two as well.
Yeah.
Per game, I saw that at the end of the season. We've got KB and Vernam up towards the top end of the goal scoring charts with 5 apiece, both having scored a penalty. KB's got 2 in the Carabao and Vernam's got 1 in the Carabao, so they're on 7 and 6 respectively. Steve, you also pointed out that KB is top of the assists table in League Two. So we had the one top at the top last year, which was Hume.
Yeah.
And we've now got Vernam. So
Vernam, top of the assist and 5 goals as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So flying with him, absolutely flying.
So Ross, are you pleased that he didn't go to Swindon?
Yeah, I'm very pleased.
I think of all the players that were out injured for long periods, like your 2 from Dad's Army, Pike and Wilson, players they were kind of less forgiven than Charles Vernam, because you just knew he wanted to get back into it, and when they were back fit, they just didn't seem arsed. I think he's like a new signing this year. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've had very few injuries so far this season as well. Vernam's normally. I mean, he took him off again, didn't he, on Saturday? I had this debate.
Ross and I talked about this in the episode that never was, and I think we said the same, didn't we? Do you think it's about just managing him, letting him be effective, and then saying, "Come on, let's rest you now, so we've got you for next week"?
Yeah, I think a lot of Grimsby fans are kind of not moaning, but they are concerned when he's, he plays a really good game, but the Nartel's still bringing him off like 70. But I'd rather him do that and then be fit the next game than risking the whole 90 and something happen.
We know for a fact he'll put himself on the line for the cause, and we don't need that. We need him to put himself on the line for 70 minutes and then get his arse off and let somebody fresh have a go, and preserve himself for future games, especially since he's got, was it 5 or 6 assists and 5, so that's what 11 goal contributions.
They must be doing the right thing with him. I know it annoys me, Dad, because he's in the fitness still now, and he said to me, why did they take Vernam off again? Yeah. And I said, well, I must be managing him, Dad, keeping him because of his injuries history. Well, he's our best player.
Yeah, but in your dad's day, Steve, he used to play with the legs hanging off, arms hanging off, heads hanging off.
But he's moved from the main stand to the lower finders now.
He's had more seats in one season than I did when I was another season ticket.
He's got 3 seats so far. He's just got to go with the Osmond now.
He's got the full.
But he sees Vernam and Sweeney a bit closer now for where he is, and he enjoys it, and he sees how good a player he is now.
That's good. It was good to see him at the last home game I was at. Haven't seen him for
he's 89, still going.
Good to see him soldiering on. Top rope.
Still moaning like.
Phil to go, Steve. It
was after the game on Saturday. I said, "Did you enjoy that?" Then he went, "That's all right."
So, has anybody got any other stuff you've spotted from the week? Anywhere? Football related, town related, anything related?
No, I don't think so. Just looking forward to. We've got Crewe next week, haven't we? Yeah. Way.
Anyone going to Crewe?
I am.
You went to Crewe.
Well done.
Are you meeting up with Levi?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
It's a home game for him, isn't it?
It's not far off, is it?
It was good to meet him last week or the week before at the home game. Hi, Levi, if you're watching, got a shout out to you.
He'll be watching.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, he come down because I think it was one of his family's birthday, and he come with his dad in the end, and obviously watched the game that wasn't the great one to watch, but
not allowed back at Bundle Park. A bit like Steve when we win 7-1.
Yeah. So Crewe. I think we're going down on the Friday. Me and the missus, and we're going to go meet up with Levi and Kerry also. That you spoke to on TikTok live. It should be all right. Hopefully we can get the win again.
Carabao Cup special night, didn't we, for the back end of the last round? When we were just sat with a cigar on in round 4, weren't we? Just puffing away. So that was nice. Great episode, lads. Great to have Adam on. Thanks to Adam. Thanks again to Steve. Thanks again, Ross. Welcome to the team for your first team debut. It's great to have you on board, and if anybody has time after listening to podcasts and watching the rest of it, take a look at Ross's TikTok page, because he does some great reviews immediately after the match when he's much less calm than he is on here, and has a good rant, and it's always entertaining. So watch both, but take a look at Ross's TikTok. So on that note, then, chaps, we'll call it a day for this week. Great to be back in the chair for a bit later out this week than normal, but hopefully we'll get back to some sort of semblance of order going forward. But on that note, we'll say one last time, up the Mariners!
Up the Mariners!
See you later, lads.
Cheers.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's Three Fish on This Shirt, your ultimate Grimsby Town podcast. Thanks for tuning in and being part of our community, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on Apple Podcast, through Amazon, Audible, Spotify, iHeartRadio or Podchaser, or anywhere else you get your podcasts from. If you're loving what we're doing and want more match analyses, in-depth discussions, exclusive interviews, then just hit subscribe. It's completely free and it helps us grow to bring you even better content, and it keeps that Mariners conversation alive. If you want to listen on the go, just ask your smart speaker to search for Three Fish on the Shirt, Grimsby Town Podcast, or find us at any of the podcast locations we've already mentioned. Drop a comment, leave a review, and share the pod with fellow Mariners, because football's always better when we talk about it together. Until next time, up the Mariners.
This is John Sander. You're listening to Three Fish on the Shirt.